Hello everyone and welcome back to Caverns of the Snow Witch. When we last left off, we just rescued our newfound friends, Red Swift the elf, and stopped the dwarf from a mind slayer. And and we gathered some loot. We found a spell to be used against an air elemental, and we are ready to proceed. We have already finished our quest. We have disposed of the Snow Witch. It was pushover. And now we're only proceeding to exit the to exit these catacombs, the labyrinth, and get out of here. Alright. The door opens into yet another tunnel, and we begin to wonder whether we will ever find our way out of the caverns of the Snow Witch. That's a very good question. We look at Red Swift and Stubb, but they do not appear to be very concerned. The tunnel soon ends at another door, and we notice a dagger sticking out of its oak paneling. Now we could interact with this dagger, pull it out of the door, or we could just ignore it, but we don't need a weapon, that's for sure. And this is clearly a trap, or maybe it's cursed, something like that, so this is definitely something we don't want to interact with. We're pretty badly bruised. We're so badly bruised, in fact, that I'm going to consume our last units of provisions, so that we're up to 17 stamina points. And yeah, so we are going to ignore this one. I'm 100% sure this is not a beneficial encounter, so let's just leave it be. Let's open the door and proceed. The door opens into another tunnel which leads off into the distance. Stubb begins to complain about being tired and hungry, so we decide to sit down and rest. Our hunger and fatigue are so great that we lose 2 stamina points. That's great, we literally just ate a portion of provisions. I don't know why the game doesn't even allow us to consume one to avoid, randomly losing health like this. But anyway, we're down 2 stamina points, we're down to 15, which is not horrible. I just don't like randomly losing stamina for no reason whatsoever. After resting for half an hour, we set off again, and eventually the tunnel ends at a T-junction. Alright, last time we turned to the right, so let's turn to the left this time. Let's see what's there. The tunnel soon comes to a dead end. An ornate shield hangs from an iron nail on the end wall. Now this is actually different. We do not have a shield. In fact, we do not have any protective gear whatsoever. We still have the sword we started out with. And yeah, and these 2 items, the spear and the warhammer, seem to be contextual, so I'm not sure if we're ever gonna need them again or be able to use them for anything. But we are going to try to take the shield, even if it's trapped. Hopefully it pays off. So let's see if it works. As soon as we touch the shield, a howling wind starts to blow down the tunnel towards us, almost knocking the 3 of us off our feet. Then we see a whirlwind coming down the tunnel, gathering up all the rocks and stones in its path. Okay, so this probably looks like an air elemental, and we just recently learned the protection spell against it, which is Gulsang Abidar. And so we learned that from the treasures of the Mind Slayer, so let's proceed and use it. Taking the shield has unleashed the fury of an air elemental. Ha! I was right. Fortunately, we remember the words on the scroll and utter them as the elemental draws near. It disappears as quickly as it appeared, and all is calm again. Okay, so we managed to defeat it without, having to roll against anything. That's great. We sling the shield onto our arm, gaining 1 skill point, and walk together back down the tunnel and past the last junction. That's also great. Now our skill is back to, well, 12, which is not that huge, but at least we are guaranteed to succeed all skill attribute tests, and we are back to the standard level. If we could somehow get our current skill level 1 point up, which is definitely possible, then we would be at 13, which is absolutely excellent. I don't think anything near this labyrinth has a skill level of 13. The strongest enemy we have faced so far had a skill level of 11, which is respectable, but that would be actually, I would feel quite safe with 13 points. Anyway, We walked together back down the tunnel and past the last junction. Okay, so this was a dead end, but it was a very useful dead end. We gained the shield, so let's see where the tunnel leads. The tunnel ends at another door, and an old piece of parchment is pinned on it. There is faded writing on the parchment, but we do not understand the language. Knowing that elves speak many languages, we ask Red Swift to try and read it. As he reads, his eyes widen with terror. We ask him what is wrong, but he refuses to reply. He rips the parchment off the door and tears it into tiny pieces. He turns the door handle and says, "Let's get going. There is no time to lose." We and Stubb look at each other and shrug our shoulders, deciding simply to obey the troubled Red Swift. Alright, so I guess this was some kind of bad news on this note, or, you know, something unexpected is going to happen. Well, I'm not happy that he's not sharing what he's read. Even if it's bad, it's better to be aware of something negative coming our way than, you know, just randomly walking into it. But anyway, this door opens into another tunnel. After walking down it for a few meters, we come to a place where water is dripping down continuously from stalactites overhead. But we have a shield. This is not an option. I mean, we are asked if we have a shield. We just picked one up. I don't know if we could have picked up another shield elsewhere, but we literally just picked one up a few meters back, so we absolutely must choose this option. The water looks harmless enough, but we do not wish to get cold and wet. Alright, that kind of makes sense. We place the shield over our head and walk under the gentle waterfall. We throw the shield back for our companions to use, and we are soon on our way again. Okay, so I don't know if this would have been beneficial or harmful to get under the water, but in any case we avoided its effects. I think it would have had an effect on us, so I'm quite positive about that, but whatever it would have been, we managed to avoid it. That can be good or bad, depending. But, you know, again, it was not up to us to choose to try the water's effects, so let's proceed. The tunnel runs straight on until it opens out into a cavern. I'm pretty sure that we must be getting close to the end of this catacombs. I mean, we have already been to the deepest bowels, so we must be emerging from it. The walls are covered with ice, and a large glass globe stands on an ice plinth in the center. Suddenly an orc runs into the cavern from the tunnel opposite, and the globe immediately starts to radiate light. The outline of a face takes shape in the globe, one which we recognize, the Snow Witch. Ha, that's the image from the front cover of the book. Right. What does that mean? And I'm not afraid of an orc. Orcs are not particularly dangerous creatures. Her encased head, and I mean the Snow Witch's encased head, starts to laugh, and then we hear her speak. In a chilling voice she says, "Although you killed me, you have not defeated me. My spirit can still defeat you, watch carefully." The orc, who is standing by the globe, grips the metal collar round his neck and cries out, gasping for breath. His green face bulges as he desperately tries to stop the collar tightening. His efforts are futile, and he soon falls silently to the floor. Alright, that's, I mean, that's huge bad news. The Snow Witch is somehow alive, or at least her spirit is still here, and her malevolent spirit is still here and can cause danger, so she can cause harm for sure. On the other hand, she just killed one of her own orcs, which would have been an enemy for us, presumably, so I guess that little bit evens it out. The Snow Witch's image sneers contemptuously and says, "I have no use for servants any longer, and I know that two of you are still wearing my obedience colors. I will enjoy watching you die next as a forerunner to the agony I have in store for your impudent warrior friend." That would be us. Alright. Might be that we have to fight our quote-unquote friends, newfound friends here. Well, I'm not happy about it, but let's see. We refuse to watch Red Swift and Stubb die helplessly, okay? And we rack our brain to think of a way to overcome the spirit of the Snow Witch. That's a good idea. Okay, so here are the options to face this Snow Witch. We could try to smash the globe with our sword. No, that sounds like a really bad idea. I'm pretty sure it's magically protected. We have a basic sword. I'm not going to do that. We could also try to run, which is the heroic response. So we could leave our friends here to suffocate and die, and we could get out of here. That would be particularly lame, because then we didn't really. If we do that, then we haven't even actually completed our quest. Because our quest is to dispose of the Snow Witch. This is, our main quest number 2, and yeah, and I thought that we had done it already, but it seems that we've only destroyed her corporeal form. So that's a no-no as well. So unfortunately we're stuck with the third option. Fire an iron ball from our sling at the globe, if we have one. We do. We rescued the dwarf, and we actually have a sling and still 2 iron balls remaining out of the 3. One we wasted, kind of not wasted, we used on the frost giant, which was very effective. It actually killed it in 1 hit. So that sounds like a good idea. Let's use it if we can. Okay, we quickly load our sling and aim at the globe. We must perform a skill roll, but our skill is at 12, so we are guaranteed to succeed. The iron ball flies straight and true. When it hits the Snow Witch's globe, a bolt of white light shoots out from the globe towards us. Okay, we must now perform a luck roll as well. That's less fortunate. We have a luck of 11, so we are poised to succeed, but not guaranteed. Let's see if it works out. And we got lucky. Well, we had a very good chance of succeeding, but still. We quickly dive onto the floor and watch the energy bolt pass overhead and slam into the cavern wall behind us. Okay, so we avoided this defense mechanism. I'm very happy we didn't strike it with a sword. I'm pretty sure we couldn't have jumped out of the way of this energy beam if we were at melee or point blank range. So it probably would have blasted us. Anyway, we're good. Let's see how well we did with the slingshot. We sit up and see that the Snow Witch's globe is cracked, but she appears to have come to no harm. Oh, okay, so disappointment. She watches us carefully, ready for our next move. Alright, so it seems that we have wasted. Actually, we didn't waste an iron ball. For some reason, it's not deducted, but it also didn't do us any good, neither harm. We wasted a luck point, so I guess that's bad. Let's see what else we can do. As we try to stand up, the Snow Witch concentrates her powers on Red Swift and Stub. Their metal collars tighten, and they both clutch their throats as if gasping for breath. We struggle to our feet, yelling insults at the Snow Witch, mocking her cowardly way of dealing with defenseless slaves. Yes, that's actually not very brave, to be perfectly honest. We challenge her to a combat of whatever type she wishes. She laughs, saying, "Even though I have beaten you, I enjoy games. I will play." She releases her stranglehold on Red Swift and Stub and falls silent, obviously devising some fiendish contest. Suddenly we hear the sound of shuffling footsteps coming from the tunnel opposite. An elf and a dwarf enter the cavern. They look almost identical to Red Swift and Stub, except that their vacant looks and putrid white flesh indicate that they are both zombies. The Snow Witch tells us to fight them, while she invents a game for us to play. The zombies lumber forward, and we are forced to fight the terrible replicas of our friend. Alright, so here are our companions in the flesh, kind of, in the rotten flesh, I would say. Why does she have zombie replicas of her slaves? That kind of makes little sense. And if she can have some zombies, then why does she need slaves at all, I guess? If she can control such creatures, then aren't they good enough? Maybe she's just sadistic. Alright, so it seems that it seems that we have not won, obviously, and it seems that we have 2 rounds still to complete. Round 1 is going to be this fight, whereas round 2 is going to be the game that she's gonna come up with. So let's see. Our skill level is okay, our stamina not so much, but this is what it is. Let's see what we have to deal with here. Okay, so Stubb's zombie equivalent has a skill level of 8 and stamina of 9. So it needs 5 hits to go down, and we outskill it by 4 points, so we are decently favored here. That's actually not that bad. I don't think it will hit us more than once, so that's actually okay. And it didn't hit us once at all, so that's actually perfect. That's the perfect outcome. Now we must face the elf zombie. And Red Swift's copy has a skill level of 9, also stamina of 9 as well, so it's basically he's much stronger, actually, believe it or not. We only outskill him by 1, or it by 1 point, so sorry, 3 points, so ow, so yes, ouch. That was only to be expected. Only 2 more hits, ouch again. Okay, it's fighting admirably for its existence, not its life, it's dead. And we kill it. Okay, so we suffered 2 hits, 4 stamina points losses from both of these encounters, which is acceptable, in my opinion. We still have our potion of strength, so we can come back up to full stamina at any moment. So, alright, that was successful. Let's see what the Snow Witch has come up with. The Snow Witch looks surprised and displeased by the defeat of her zombies. I don't know why she's surprised. I mean, these zombies were clearly inferior to us, even both of them combined. Suddenly she says, "The game we are going to play is called Discs. You will not win, of course, but in the unlikely event that you do, I will give you the chance to escape. I hope you have remembered to bring along your discs. Without them, you lose." Ha 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 ha. She laughs sadistically at the thought of making up the rules on the spur of the moment. Nevertheless, we must play as directed. I don't know why we have to do that. And once again, we don't get a choice here. We possess metal discs. We possess 2 of them, actually. So let's see what this game is about. The Snow Witch quickly explains the rules of her game. She tells us to choose a disc and conceal it in our clenched fist, okay? She will call out a shape. A square beats a circle beats a star, and a star beats a square. Okay, so it's rock, paper, scissors, basically. If we win, we will be given a chance to escape. If we lose, we will die. Okay? Fair enough? Question mark. Why don't we have an option where she perishes, like, permanently from this plane of existence? If we both choose the same shape, we will play again. Okay? Our life depends on our next decision. Now we must make our choice. Of course, if we do not possess all 3 discs, our choice will be limited. And we do not have all 3 discs. We have 2 out of the 3 discs. Alright, well, we have to cook from the ingredients we have, so we can conceal the square disc in our palm or the star disc, and we don't have the circular disc. I don't know where we could have picked that one up, but we don't have it. That's it. Well, it's the way it's described is just a blind game of luck, so let's not overthink it. Let's choose the first one. Let's see if that works out. The Snow Witch stares at us for a moment before calling out, "Circle! Circle!" We smile and unfold our clenched fist, revealing the square metal disc. We have outwitted her, and she realizes the consequences. Well, actually, to be perfectly honest, we didn't outwit her. We just got lucky. There was no wits involved. The globe starts to fill with white smoke, and suddenly it shatters. The image of the Snow Witch disappears. Her shrill cry fills the cavern, but she is defeated. Wait, did we destroy her spirit with this stupid game? Is that was the main boss battles? We selected a random disc in our palm? Question mark. Anyway, let's not fret about it. Let's be happy that we're done. The 3 of us slap each other's hands in celebration. However, our joy is short-lived as we hear an ominous rumbling. The ground beneath our feet starts to tremble, and huge cracks appear in the ice walls. The roof starts to cave in. Is this the chance to escape? Is this the chance to escape that the Snow Witch promised? I don't know. We need to perform a luck roll. I'm not very happy about that. Our luck is at 10, which is not great, to put it mildly. We have a chance of around 75-80% of succeeding, so let's see if it works out. And we got lucky. By some miracle, we are not hit by the heavy chunks of falling ice. When they finally stop crashing around us, we are surprised to see the welcome sight of blue sky above. The 3 of us waste no time in clambering out of the ice cavern, and we find ourselves on the side of the mountain. It is not even snowing and everything looks tranquil. As we climb down the mountain, we tell our friends about Big Jim's son and the circumstances that led us to enter the caverns of the Snow Witch. We realize that Big Jim would have presumed we were dead, and we decide it is not worth chasing after him to collect our reward for killing the Yeti. Why not? Well, okay, so a few things. So it seems that we have actually finished our adventure successfully. We destroyed the Snow Witch. Hooray! So the main quest is over. For some reason we don't want to get back to Big Jim with news of our success, and there is a 50 gold reward in this for us, which we are not intent on pocketing for some reason. Don't forget we took no money out of this cavern system. We literally as poor as they come, so we don't have any money on us. Anyway, yeah, at least we rid the world of an evil. We made some friends, it seems, and we are free. So I guess we must be close to the end. Without any further ado, we agree to accompany Red Swift and Stub to Stonebridge. Okay, that makes sense. That's probably the end celebrations or whatever. Any case, I think we might be ready for the finale. So, and also we have got out of the catacomb system, so this is the perfect time to cut the video, to make a cut of the video right here, to take a break, catch a breath. We are in no need to rush, no reason to hurry. So we have all the time in the world. I thank you all for watching, and I hope that you will join me for the finale as well. Bye bye.